Today I'm going to show you how we can use one of the Oregon Ducks' favorite concepts, the HB swing pass. This is going to allow us to stretch the defense horizontally and pick up explosive plays on the perimeter. When the D starts to overplay to stop this, we are going to have some great passes to work off of it. We are going to be using the same motion on our passing plays, and they are really going to put a ton of pressure on the D if they start to get over aggressive. Now these plays are going to be so effective because our main play in this mini scheme is going to be this RPO zone peak play, and it is so tough to stop. We are going to get to the perimeter so easy. I almost like to think of this play as a pitch to the outside, and you're just going to pick up tremendous gains on the edges of the D. This play is going to force our opponent out of the middle of the field with his user to try to stop this play on the edges. This is going to open up a ton over the middle of the field and lead to some huge plays in the passing game. In this video, we're going to be continuing my Oregon Ducks spread offense out of the spread playbook, and we are going to be in the formation gun slot offset, and we'll be running out of the plays RPO zone peak bubble, motion Y cross, and then motion spot. Now this whole Oregon offense is going to give us a ton of options. I'm going to leave the whole playlist for this scheme. It's going to have everything that is out so far down in the description, but I've also released multiple videos on my membership page, including a full pistol mini scheme and some nasty man beaters. Now I'm going to release a ton more on the membership page, so if you guys really want to learn how to take this Oregon offense to the next level, I'm going to leave a link to my membership down in the description below. Okay, so we're going to take a look at a real world example of Oregon running this play. Then we're going to break down the RPO zone peak bubble, and then we'll go over our two passes. All right, so this HB swing bubble screen type play was one of Chip Kelly's go-to schemes when he was at Oregon. And now for this play, it's actually going to be two players in the backfield, two running backs. He's going to loop around here. We're going to have a play fake inside, and then we're going to have two players blocking out in front. This is basically exactly the play we are going to be running and what we are basing this whole mini scheme off of. And really, I like to think of this as a spread formation. Even though we're having two running backs in the backfield, we're actually going to be motioning out to a 3-by-1 set. So let's take a look at this, guys. It's going to be a play fake up the middle. Hold these linebackers, make them flow down, make the D-line suck down, and then we have our just little bubble screen out to the outside. Let this run. We have our two receivers out in front, and we're just going to get upfield here. DeAnthony Thomas is just gone in the open field, and he is going to make a ton of plays when he's out on the perimeter. All right, so here's us running it. Same thing. We have two players in the backfield. We're going to have a play fake inside. Then we're going to have our swing out with two players out in front blocking. Guys, this play is so tough to stop. So right here, basically our read on this play, guys, we want to find the user, and unless the user shoots down super aggressively, I basically throw this swing pass every single time. If he does shoot down super aggressively, we can hand it off as well. The handoff isn't great. They kind of patched it with that RPO type glitch, but if you're going to get picked off, you can run it, pick up 2 or 3 yards, and just live to fight another day. But really, watch this swing to this outside. Even though the linebacker, the user, is reacting, he is starting so far inside. We have two players out in front. He tries to undercut that. We are getting upfield, turn on the jets, and we are gone. Okay, here it is again, guys. Same thing. Motion this player out, and we're just really looking for the user. So now he was using a DN. So if he's doing that, we see here, their zone defender gets like pulled in. You're going to see that a lot. People are going to get pulled in on the run fake. So as soon as we see that, I have two blockers out in front. We are just going to get it into our running back's hands. And now it's all just about speed and making guys miss in the open field. Okay, now one more time, you're going to say, well, what if they come down really aggressively? Right here, we don't really get our blocks on the outside. Now, I have ran this, I think, like 170 times in a game. I have not been picked off yet. I'm not going to say it'll never happen. Could happen to you. But even if they get through their blocks and they're going to hit you right as you are, catching the ball, if you're able to make one guy miss in the backfield, there's just so much flow going to be coming downhill, so much flow going to be going inside that really, if you make one guy miss, here we're able to score a 13-yard touchdown. Okay, now on this one, I just want to show you the handoff. So right here, we motion this player out. We see the user is coming down super aggressive. So if you ever want to, guys, you think the user is going to make a play on that, you can hand it off. Like I said, the blocking isn't great, but every once in a while you'll bust, a 6-7 yard run. If not, pick up 2-3 yards, and it's still really going to set up the rest of our offense. Okay, now we're going to go over the motion Y cross play. Now we're really only doing one adjustment on this play. We want to take our running back that usually usually would be getting the play fake, and we want to put him on a swing pass the opposite way, so to the sideline. And then the only other thing, we always want our double side. We always want that swing motion going to the wide side of the field. So we want our double side to the wide side with our swing motion going to the wide side. That is just going to give us more room for the swing, and some of our other passing plays, I like them going to the wide side. But the reason why I love this play is you are going to see the user is going to fire down to try to make a play on this swing. We're going to have flow coming this way, and we're going to have flow going down into the ball. So now we have two routes going away from the flow of the defense, and then we have this route here that is going to pull flat defenders down. So then we're going to have a pocket here. We can throw the ball on the crosser. We can throw the dig route over the middle into that hole. So let's take a look, guys, really on this play. This is all about affecting the user, getting him out of the middle of the field. So let's run this. This is going to be the user right here, and watch him on this play, guys. He shadows him. He comes down. By the time he recognizes that we are not throwing the swing pass, it is absolutely too late. He is out of the middle of the field. Now, my first read, I really like to wait and see if our crosser is going to get open. So we see here, the hooks are staying in the middle of the field. They're not sucking down. The user's out of the play. But we look at the flat defender here, and if they don't have zone drops on, they're actually going to suck down on this swing route. And now we can just throw in that deep cross right over his head. Okay, let's look at it again. Watch for the user. So we see this swing motion. Look at the user firing down. Now what do we see? We see the user fire down. We see the flat defender fire down. We see the other hook fire out. Look at the hole in the middle of the field. There is absolutely nobody home. So user leaves the middle of the field. You don't have to wait for this crosser to get open along the sideline. If he's open in the middle of the field, fire it in. Really nice and easy 15-yard gain. Okay, here it is again. Watch for the user. Look at it. Guys, the user has to respect this bubble. He has to. I run this 3-play mini scheme so much. They have to respect this bubble, or you are going to gash him, and it's just going to open up everything. Look at him shadowing him all across the field, jumping out like that. So now we are just in a great spot. The user's not going to be in the middle of the field, and now we have the rest of our flow going this way, away from the user. So once again, I like to look for the crosser, but we see here this player kind of matches the crosser coming down the field. Then we have pressure in our face, so crosser's gone, matching down the field. But look at this window, guys. This is like a 20-yard window. We can just fire in this dig over the middle, just like that. You see it, throw it, get down, and that's a 10-yard gain is basically our third option in this play. And then the one thing I never went over is, if everyone is dropping back, you can always throw the swing route, the opposite swing route. If everybody is staying back, I don't really throw the swing route that's on the auto motion, but the one going towards the sideline, I will throw every once in a while. All right, so this was the swing I was talking about. If everybody just drops out into zone coverage, everyone is running down the field, there's no hard flat on this side, the user comes down on our auto motion swing pass, you can always check it down to the flats. But now we're going to be talking about man coverage. This whole scheme really works great against man coverage. The first reason I didn't really touch on before is if they're playing man coverage and we do our RPO swing pass, and let's say this player is in man coverage on him and it's not a user player, he is not going to follow him out. He is going to let this player go out, and he's not going to follow him till we actually snap the ball. So that is going to give us a really nice numbers advantage. It's going to be basically a 3-on-2 on the outside. And this setup right here does a great job against man coverage. I really like to look at Tyreek Hill first, then I'll look at B Marsh. Both are great man beaters, and it works really well because the user is going to leave the middle of the field. So let's take a look right here. Watch for the user. Where is he at? So right here, this was also interesting too. So what you'll see sometimes is the user will start here, and he's just trying to get down here, stop this bubble. So we see this player come down. Then we see this was the player actually matched up in man coverage on Kamara. So now the user actually had our slot back in man coverage. He is totally lost. Now we have one-on-one coverage on the outside or over the middle of the field. Make one move with Tyreek Hill, and we are gone. Okay, one more time to this crosser. So motion this player out. So the user actually blitzes on this one. So look at this. One-on-one coverage, crossing routes, do a great job against man coverage. This is going to be our fastest player in this position. Rack catch it, get up field, do a little juke, spin back inside against man coverage, pick up 15 yards. Okay, then I also really like this deep dig against man coverage. So motion this player out, same thing. Where's the user? So right here, the user actually doesn't come out out on the swing pass, but he's in man coverage on this swing pass. So he still has to leave the middle of the field. When we look at our crosser first, has a little bit of separation, but then we have the deep dig in backside, guys. Low ball that in there for a really nice gain. All right, guys, now our second setup is going to be motion Z spot. So same thing, we want to be on the hash. We want our swing going to the wide side of the field. Then we want our doubles receivers to the wide side also. Now our adjustments for this play, we want our backside solo receiver, we want to put him on a slant. This is really going to attack the middle of the field if the user vacates on our swing. And then I want to put, there's a little spot route here. I like to put this player on a streak route, and it's just going to be a clear out route for this really nice corner route. This corner route is super deep and it just gets to a great area of the field. So that is really it. It's going to be super simple reads. Basically, if there's no deeper flat defender, we are just going to throw to this hole here on the crosser. If the user leaves the middle of the field, runs with this route, runs down in the swing and the middle of the field is open, we're going to throw the slant. And if we have to, we can always check it down into the flats to the swing route as well. So let's take a look here. Really, what did we say? Find the user. What's the user do? He runs down with the swing. Now he's all the way in the flats, and look at the flat defender coming down on the swing pass as well. If they don't have zone drops on, these flat defenders late will react to this swing pass, come down. So now we have this really nice corner route, just getting to a great area of the field, super deep down the field. Clear out route here, wide open for like a 30-yard gain. Okay, same thing here. I wasn't even on a hash. I wanted to show you. So even if you're not on a hash, you can still run this. It is just nice having more of the field to work with. Right here, motion this player out, watch for the user right here. Once again, the user kind of stays in the middle of the field here, so he didn't react too hard, but this is interesting, guys. Look at this. We have double flat on this side. We have a Mabel coverage, so obviously this player gonna take that away. User now is able to sit in the middle of the field because he feels secure with double Mabel. He's able to take the backside slant. But this corner route is a super deep corner route. This is getting really deep down the field. So that is double Mabel on that side on the hash. So we don't even have as much field to work with. Okay, here we go again. Watch for the user. Where's he at? Boom, he's blitzing this time. So not coming down to this route, but then late, he sees the corner route. So this really is gonna work the same way. Bringing a blitz, everyone's firing down. This player's getting sucked down. He sees our corner route gonna be wide open. So look at the middle of the field. You create so much space with these three plays, working them together. There's just space all over the field. Fire in this slant, and now you can get a little glitchy with your receiver here. Break about 9 tackles, and we're able to score a 51-yard touchdown on that backside slant. Now these plays are going to put a ton of pressure on our opponents sideline to sideline, stretch them out horizontally. But if you want to see how to bomb your opponent over the top and stretch them out vertically, you need to watch this video right here.